Good morning, I'm Andy Sixsmith and welcome to Ponds Forge International Centre here in Sheffield for the British University Swimming Championships. Now, the best aspect of the championships for me is the fact that they cater for athletes of all abilities, and the man I'm with this morning really represents the top end of that scale. Silver medalist in the 200 metre breaststroke at the London Olympics, Michael Jamieson. Many thanks for joining us this morning. First and foremost, Michael, how has your life changed since that day in August?
Yeah, I think in the sort of 4 to 6 week period immediately after the games, it was a bit of a whirlwind. Kind of doing things like this, the media aspect, and attending events and functions, which was all good fun. But it's kind of back to training now, and I think the good thing about swimming is that we have an event to aim for every 12 months, and we get the World Championships next summer. So that's kind of been good to have that kind of motivation and that there, I guess, because it's been quite easy to get back into the swimming training.
Sure. And one thing I have noticed really that has changed about your life is you've gone on Twitter from having over 40 followers to over now 40,000. With all the recent abuse of athletes over Twitter, including Tom Daly most recently, what are your experiences of the social media site?
Well, it's been great for me. I mean, it's all good fun. I think people just have to kind of remember that it's all kind of light-hearted, and of course there are going to be people that give you a stick and a bit of abuse here and there, but I think that's all kind of part and parcel of it, with the profile that kind of comes with it. But no, it's been great fun, and I think it's a great way just to interact with so many different people, and I think for me, I've kind of been doing a lot of work in the pool with younger kids and stuff the last few months, and it's an easy way for them to kind of get in touch, and it's been all positive for me.
Excellent. Well, one of the most memorable moments for me of the London Olympics was you almost producing that memorable comeback on the 200 metres. But what was going through your mind when you were chasing down Daniel Jurta over that last 25 metres?
I think it wasn't until that kind of last 25 where I thought I had a chance of winning it. So I'm absolutely delighted with the silver. The target was always to get on the podium, and I was delighted with the time as well. And I think over the next 12 months I need to find some more aspects that I can improve on. And the world record's already been moved on in the last month. I think that's what sport's all about, and I'm looking forward to kind of improving all of this time, and hopefully being able once again at the World Champs next summer.
You've enjoyed a huge rise to prominence, especially over the last 2 or 3 years now. You're 5th in the World Championships last year. You've obviously broken the British record 3 consecutive times to win that silver at London 2012. What are the main reasons behind that success?
I think it's been a process that's gone on a lot longer than the last couple of years. It's really been the last 7 or 8 where the Olympic Games was a major target, and I think in the last couple of years it's just I've kind of seen the improvements from the work that's gone beforehand. But I think I always kind of targeted this year. I always had a time in my head that I thought I was capable of doing. I managed to get there in the summer, which was great, but as I said, I need to kind of find aspects to improve on now, and to try and swim faster next year.
And we're competing in the BUCS Championships this weekend. You're here at the University of Bath. How's the weekend going for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's good fun. It's one of my favourite weeks of the year. It's just such a relaxed atmosphere, and I meet so many different people here as well each year, and it's all good fun. It's the first race of the season as well, so it's good to see what kind of shape I'm in. And I swam the 200 breast last night in a time that was faster than this time last year, so that's positive, and I've got a few finals again tonight, and hopefully get some more points on the board for Bath.
I've touched upon it briefly there, but BUCS really caters for athletes of all abilities. How integral a part do you think that an event like this can play in that continuance of the Olympic legacy with participation?
Yeah, it's huge. I think that's what the Olympics was all about. The tagline was inspire a generation, I guess, and obviously not everyone's going to go on to be an Olympian or an Olympic champion, but just getting people active and getting people involved in the sport's great, and to see so many here this weekend is fantastic, and everyone always enjoys it this week, I think, as well, and just having that kind of relaxed atmosphere I think helps as well.
And you see a lot of young swimmers now, 17, 18-year-olds, going over to America to take advantage of their fantastic approach to their collegiate and university system, the NCAA. How do you think the British swimming, and indeed BUCS, can learn from the way that America approach their university swimming?
Well, I think the sort of late teens is always going to be the stage where there's more of a dropout in the sport, and that kind of covers a huge multitude of things. Obviously, when people go to university, they have to focus on their studies and academic work, and as I mentioned before, not everyone's going to be an Olympic medalist or an Olympic champion or whatever. So, I think it's just a choice, and the aim for us, I guess, is just to try and minimise those levels of dropout really, and keep more people in the sport, because I didn't make my first international team until I was 20, and my first medal until I was 22. So I think in the UK, we are physiologically a bit of a smaller nation as well. I think we have to keep that in mind, because we tend to develop a lot later than some of the other nations, and some of those late teens that are in that sort of transition stage, I would just say they kind of stick it out for a few years, and I guess like here the main thing is that everyone's enjoying it, and if you're enjoying it then you'll keep doing it. So.
Yeah, I mean, British swimming unfortunately was, and swimming in general, was one of the sports that had their funding cut following London 2012. How do you view the state of the sport in this country right now?
Well, I think it's in a good place. Obviously we'd like to have got more medals on the board at the Olympic Games, and performances are, for people who are involved heavily within the sport, it goes beyond just the medal count, and we did have more finalists than we ever had done, and that's a huge step forward. I think there was obviously just too many finishes between 5th and 8th place, and I think overall the team has improved a great deal in the last sort of 4 to 6 years, and I think over the next few seasons we just have to make sure that we get people hitting that time board and podium places.
Yeah. Michael, you've accomplished quite a lot already in this sport. You're still only 24. What's next on the agenda for you?
I've got a few aims in the next 12 months. So World Short Course is in about 6 weeks time, and then next year I've got the British Champs in Eastern. Hopefully I can get my name on the team for the World Champs, which is next summer. I think from now on I'm in this sport to win medals, and I think if that isn't the case, then it'll probably be viewed as a disappointment now, given what happened in the summer. But I think dealing with that pressure is another area that I need to work on and learn how to do. But I'm definitely hoping to be in the mix and winning more medals over the next year.
We do hope so, Michael. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you this morning. Thanks for your time. We wish you all the best of the luck for this weekend and for the rest of the season. This is Andy Sixsmith reporting for SportsByte.